Can I ask you a question? Have you ever been so exhausted that even small things felt overwhelming? You wake up tired, you're constantly rushing, you're snapping at folks that you love. You can't seem to relax even when there is absolutely nothing wrong. And maybe you've started wondering, what is wrong with me? Because what if I told you that many of our behaviors, like criticizing ourselves or being so down on ourselves, those really aren't character flaws at all. They may be signs that your nervous system has been stuck in survival mode. So today, I'll share 7 signs your body may be asking for help, and most importantly, how you can begin to heal. Our nervous system is designed to protect us. When we're experiencing long periods of stress or trauma or burnout, or maybe it's even just a consistent pressure, our bodies can begin to treat everyday life as though we're living in an emergency. But there is good news. Your nervous system can learn a new way. I absolutely love both parts of the nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest side, and the sympathetic side of the nervous system, which is there to protect us, right? When things happen, we want more blood to go to our muscles in case we have to run, in case we have to do something, right? In case we have to use that energy. So I honor both sides of our nervous system. But I want to get back to those 7 signs. So the first sign is you're always tired, even after you've had a full night's sleep. So sleep and rest are really two different things. You can sleep 8 hours and you can still wake up exhausted. When your nervous system stays on high alert, your body spends energy trying to keep you safe instead of restoring itself. I think many women think they need more coffee, right? Or some kind of refresher to fully feel like they're ready, they're on. So, when was the last time you woke up feeling truly refreshed? Sign 2, you can't relax without feeling guilty. This is a big one. Have you ever sat down to rest only to immediately think about everything you should be doing? I know that is me. So there's this productivity culture, right? This grind culture. And it's based on a capitalistic society, right? For me, right now, one of my identities is caregiving and being there for someone who I love deeply, but it does take something out of me, right? So I have to constantly ask myself, am I doing this strong Black woman thing? Am I trying to meet expectations, placing pressure on myself, feeling like my rest has to be earned? Um, and even though I know all of these tools and I know they work and I use them, that's the point. We've got to use those tools. So rest is not a reward. Rest is a biological need for us. Sign 3, you're overreacting to small things. And I think that I am most unlike myself when I get into traffic, right? I'm most likely to come out of this calm person who has a yoga practice, a mindfulness and meditation practice, who teaches these things, but let somebody cut me off in traffic. And I'm getting better. I am getting better. But that is one of my triggers, and I know it. And so I'm so glad that I've come to a place in life where I don't have to drive as much as I used to. But there are tools that we can use. Maybe for you, it's your child forgets something, like they're always waiting until the last minute to tell you about a report that's due the next day, right? And maybe your reactions are seeming bigger in those moments. That's because we're reacting to stress that has accumulated over time, not just the current situation. The goal isn't to stop feeling those emotions. The goal is to create enough space, again, between that stimulus and that response to choose the next action wisely. Sign 4, your body always feels tight. Where do you carry your stress? Do you carry it in your shoulders, in your neck? Do you carry it in your jaw? Do you carry stress in your stomach or in your lower back? Think about those things. Your body remembers what your mind tries to forget. Like the mind tells you, oh, you'll be fine. You'll get over this. You can keep pushing. Stress doesn't just affect our thoughts, it lives in our muscles, in our breathing, and in our posture. Sign number 5, you're constantly busy, but you never feel accomplished at anything. Busy doesn't always mean productive, right? Sometimes staying busy helps us avoid certain emotions or difficult emotions. So maybe ask yourself, what are you running from? What would happen if you actually slowed down? Sign number 6, and this was me for many, many years. You reach for food, that is my comfort. You reach for sugar, or you reach for your phone when you're really stressed out. I always have my phone in my hand, and I'm trying to work on that. But it's part of my business. It's part of staying in tune. It's part of my volunteerism, right? But I need to pay attention to if I'm picking it up because I'm stressed, right? And my wake up call really began after that fast food meal. At that time, I thought I was simply making the easiest choice for a busy single mom. Looking back, I realized I wasn't just feeding my body, I was soothing my stress. It was easy. So pay attention to emotional eating. Pay attention to your scrolling, your overworking sometimes. These can all become attempts to regulate uncomfortable emotions. And so maybe instead of asking what is wrong with me, ask maybe what am I trying to meet, right? What need am I trying to meet in this moment? And sign number 7, you don't remember the last time you felt joy. When's the last time you laughed so hard your stomach hurt? When's the last time you sat quietly without feeling guilty? When's the last time you really fully felt present? Survival mode really narrows our focus to getting through the day. Healing always allows us to notice beauty again. It allows us to feel joy, knowing that joy isn't something that we have to earn. Joy is something that we can simply allow ourselves to experience. So I know these signs because I've lived them. There was a time when I believed I was simply busy and that I just had to get it done. I didn't realize that my body was actually asking me to slow down, and that by slowing down, I could come up with more creative ideas of how I could get things done that would actually take less time. That journey eventually led me to yoga, to mindfulness, and to nervous system regulation. Not because I wanted to become a yoga teacher, but because I wanted to stay alive. I wanted to be well and present for my friends and for my family and for myself, right? And because I really wanted to become the woman that God created me to be. So I want to invite you now to take 3 deep breaths. I want them to be intentional. So we're going to do it together. Inhale, exhale, inhale. And on the exhale, allow those shoulders to relax. And then one more. And release the breath. And remember, you can do this before responding to any type of stressful situation. Notice where you're holding tension in your body. That's really important. Ask yourself questions like, what do I need right now, instead of pushing through automatically? Small, consistent practices can really help you heal your nervous system over time. If you recognize yourself in any of these signs, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. Your nervous system simply adapted to help you survive. Know that. It happens with one breath, one pause at a time. If today's video resonated with you in any way, subscribe, like, and share to my channel. And remember, don't forget to remember what you already know. Be well.